what are consumers looking for? Because there's good body work and then there's sales and marketing. And those are two different things.
Deep tissue.
Ah.
That's what they're looking for.
I was like, listen, deep tissue is really, it's just not as deep as the work I do. And they're like, what? And I'm like, no, this is like deep tissue on steroids. This is like bionic deep tissue.
Sometimes
Depending on the client I'm talking to.
Sometimes they come up with a word of a technique, and I'm like, where did you get that?
Yeah.
And
Too much?
then you find out, of course, that it's something you've taken, you already know.
There's only so many ways to manipulate soft tissue. People think that reboot training is like I'm teaching you some special, I don't know, 5-finger heart stopping, martial arts punch or I don't know. And I'm like, guys, they're like, I'm just manipulating soft tissue. Like I'm not. The way I approach it may be completely different, but it's like if you have a background in myofascial release, you'll probably come in and recognize that I'm doing bits of it within a mat-based form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if I don't know that word, I lost the service.
The wording is for sales.
Yeah, it is.
So the public has been taught to want a massage. What is a massage?
Table lubrication, naked.
It's more like a relaxative muscle manipulation.
No, across the board, what I see, I've looked at it for years. Table cream, glide, and nudity. If it doesn't include that, this isn't a massage. So like, what is this? This is I don't understand. And then when I was thinking of names, and we'll see whether I get the trademark or not, I'm like, a reboot. A reboot session. We're going to reboot your carpal tunnel, reboot your sciatica, reboot your back pain, reboot your massage practice, reboot the massage industry. It's a reboot. It's a reboot session. You do it in a reboot studio. Reboot, reboot, reboot. Who wants to buy reboot? So would a CrossFitter want a massage or a reboot?
Reboot.
The guy at the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu studio who's got like an old shoulder injury in his rotator cuff. Does he want a massage or a reboot session?
Reboot.
Ah.
What's reboot mean again?
Whatever you make it mean. So, branding. What is Nike? And when you hear Nike, what do you think? Like, what imagery comes up for you? Success at sports. Just do it. It's branding. Yeah. Nike doesn't even own shoes. They own Nike. They own a brand. And then when we're in Texas and we discuss branding, this is when we discuss, do you want a hamburger? Oh, well, it's every class in Texas. It has to bring up Whataburger. Like, Whataburger. Like, how do you feel about In-N-Out? Every class.
I don't understand how come they're so special with some people.
I don't get it.
Branding. It is important, and I don't see much of it in our industry. Rolfing is the only thing I can think of that's reached some level of mass scale acceptance that's a kind of body work that's not massage. And as therapists, why are massage therapists not making enough money?
The marketing.
And I wholeheartedly agree with that right there.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the body work.
Yeah.
It has to do with the marketing.
The marketing is
Yeah.
I'm drowned. Nobody finds me.
How do they find you?
I cannot afford, as a solo therapist, to put my money into the advertising like the way those bigger companies do.
Oh.
And I'm not what you call computer savvy.
Computer savvy. You don't have a smartphone?
Posting videos, right?
You don't have a smartphone?
Advertising.
Huh? Say that again?
Robert's going to tell us, right?
Yeah. So that subscription service we talked about, I also break it down by platform. I literally will screen share and like show you the insides of my dashboard for various platforms and like how I'm using them to try to draw people in. And increasingly that's education, but massage envy and large chain spas cannot use social media the way you and I can.
Oh, yeah.
Not even close. Not even close.
You gotta be wanting to get up there and
Yeah.
change your darn thing out.
Yeah.
And do all that social
This
stuff
is,
every day.
yeah, I know people think this is a phone, but this is the most potent communication tool ever invented. I always wonder what Ben Franklin would have done with Twitter, or Abraham Lincoln. How would Lincoln have used Twitter? Personalized branding. This is like really, really potent, and you don't need to know coding to do that. Like Instagram basically set it up for you. I think also because if you're wanting to do something like this, it's a very different kind of work. You have to package it in a different way. If you try to sell it as just massage, I actually think it's a hindrance in a way. The consumer, when they hear massage and they're like, oh, it's Thai massage, now it's Asian, and they're like, where's the table? I don't know what the hell's going on. Yeah, like it creates a little bit of dissonance.